Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will see how to find our desired element in the array of element. If we find that element, we will also locate its position in the array of element, which we usually call as an index. And the element which we are searching is also called as key element. There are different ways for searching the presence of element in an array or not. The different algorithms are linear search, binary search, etc. So in this video, we will look up the linear search algorithm and we will implement it in an ELP. So let us start. Let's take an array which has 2, 5, 6, 10, 11, 33 as its element. Let's take the index variable, which means the variable which shows the position of a key element or the element which is to be searched if it is present. So let that be R1. Let our key element be stored in R0 and we will take one more resistor R4. Now what we are going to do is our key element or the element which is to be searched is in R0. We go on taking the elements of the array one by one in R4 and we keep on comparing that with R0. If our comparison becomes correct, means if R4 is equal to R0, that means we have found an key element in the array. So if the key element is found, we will store 0 in 1 R1, else we will store FFF 8 times in R1. So this was the logic behind this. Now we will implement this in ALP, which is suitable for ARM7. Now I am going to open Keil software. I have opened the new file over here. I am going to save this one. Now I am going to write the general syntax. So this is the general syntax. Here I have written the comment saying that our key element will be in R0. Now we will take one register which is our index register and it will be initialized by 1, which indicates the index of an array element, and it will show us which element in an array was equal to the key element. We will take one more register R2 and we will transfer the address of an array into it. The variable name of an array is table. Now we have taken the R0 register which holds our key value, that is the key element. Initially let it be X. We will change this one afterwards. Now what we have to do is we should take one by one elements from the array of elements and keep on comparing that with R0. So let's do that. I will write LDR R4 comma content of R2. We will take the content of R2, that is first element, and we will increment that by 4. At that time R2 will be pointing to second element after transferring the first element to R4. Now we should compare CMP R4 with R0. So if R4 is equal to R0, our 0 flag in the condition code will be set to 1. So for that we will write instruction branch if equal to. I have said in the earlier videos also that compare instruction is nothing but R4 minus R0. If these are equal, we will jump to the flag called as found. I have named it as found if Z becomes 1. Otherwise, we should increment the index value to the next element. That is, add R1 comma R1 comma hash 1. Now R1 is pointing to second element, and till where R1 should be incremented till it reaches the end of an array. So now we will compare R1 with number of elements in an array. Let this be n for a while. I will change that one later. And after this, it should branch. Means if R1, this will be in the loop. Let me write here loop. This will be in the loop. If R1 becomes equal to number of elements in an array, that indicates that R1 has reached the end of the array. At that time, we will see if R1 minus R0 is equal to 0 or not. So we will write branch on equal to. Here we will write not found, which means after iterating through each element of an array and R1 has reached the final element end of the array, then we say that we did not found the key element. So this has to be looped till our array get exhausted. This will be in the loop. So now we will write the found flag. In that, I have told you that earlier over here that if the key element is found, we will store zeros in R1. So we will do that one over here. Load R1 with zeros and branch to stop flag. After doing this, branch to stop flag, we will write the not found flag. Not found. If the element is not found, we will load R1 with 8F, that is 32-bit. After this, we are going to write the infinite loop. So after the element is found over here, it will jump to found flag, and when the element is found, R1 becomes 0 and it will jump to stop flag. Here is the stop flag, and this is an infinite loop to stop the program. Now we left with one more thing, that is to declare the array elements. So I have declared the array elements by the random numbers, and I am going to end the program, end. So this was our program. Now we have to make some of the changes like n and x. Here n is the number of elements. So we have 5 elements in an array. I am going to change this n to 5. Now let us check if our array element has 2 or not. Let this be our key element. So I should store this one in R0 over here, 0x22. I am going to save this one. I am going to delete the previous program over here and add the new return program. I am going to compile this one. 3 errors. Okay. The first error is in the line 10. We have forgot to write here equal to. For immediate values, we should write the equal to. Remember that after solving the first error, we should compile this one again, because the rest of the error may be because of the first error. So I am going to compile this one again. We still have 2 errors in the line 22. Here also I should write equal to. In the line 26, let me see once. Yeah, here also I should write equal to. I am going to save this one, compile. Now 0 errors and 0 warnings. I am going to start the debug session. We will move 1 in R1. I am going to press F11. R1 has 1 now. I am going to press F11 again, and we have array address in R2. Let me open that array over here in the memory section. If you don't know how to open this memory section, please visit my playlist in which I have made a video which has a title Playing with Memory. So now I have opened the array over here which has 11, 22, 01, 23, 45 and 0A, FA and FC. That is this FF, AA, FFC and 1445. This will be stored in reverse order. I have told that one in the earlier videos also. So now we have loaded R2 with address, and this is our key element which will load in R0. I'm going to press F11 again. We have 22. Now I'm going to take the first element in R4. Press F11. The first element is 11 in the array. I have taken that one in R4. Now I'm going to compare R4 with R0, that is 11 with 22. And I'm going to press F11. So this will affect the CPSR register. According to that, we will see that this branch instruction does not execute because R4 was not equal to R0. When I press F11, it jumps to the next instruction, that is add R1 by 1. Now we will increment the index by 1. I'm going to press F11. Now it became 2. At this point, we are saying that we have started the comparison second element, and we will compare that one with 5. Since it is not equal to 5, does not execute this instruction, and it again loops back to loop flag over here. Now the second element is loaded 22, and it is compared, and this instruction executes because 22 was equal to 22. R4 has 22 and R0 has 22. It will now jump to found flag, and here we will store R1 as 0 if we found the element, key element. So that was done. So we will store 0, and we jump to infinite loop, that is stop. At this point of time, our program ends. Hence we have successfully got the element which we are searching, that is indicated by the R1 value, that is 0. I'm going to stop the debug session. Now one problem is that if we want to search the last element in an array, that is 1445. Let me show you that one. I'm going to save this, start the debug session over here. Press F11 till the end. Now R4 has third element. I'm going to press F11 till it takes the fourth element. Yeah. Now R4 has this fourth element, and it is here. R4 is not equal to R0, so it does not branches. It goes to add. Now what happens is, after adding, R1 is incremented by 1, and it now becomes 5. Once it becomes 5, we can see that it jumps to not found flag, but R4 still has the last but one element. R4 does not take the last element at all, not found, and it goes to infinite loop. See, we have R4 as AAFFCC, that is this one. It does not loads this value to compare with the key element. So for that, what we are going to do is, instead of 5, we will write 6 over here. I'm going to save this one, compile, and start the debug session. Now it works perfectly fine. I'm going to press F11 till all the lines are executed. Okay, now R4 has 1445 and R0 has 1445. Hence the key element is found. R1 will be loaded with zeros and it jumps to stop flag. Now you can see here that we have lost our index. After we find the key element, we does not know at what position our key element was found, because we are initializing R1 to check whether the key element is found or not. So for that, I'm going to stop the debug session now. We will change this one R1 to, let me say, R6. Okay, since we have made this one as R6, we have to make here also R6. Now this is fine. I'm going to save this, compile, start the debug session. I'm going to press F11 till the end. Okay. Now here you can see R1 indicates that we have found the key element by storing zeros in it, and the index is stored in R6, that is 5, means we have found the key element in the fifth position of an array. So in the previous program we have lost this one because we were storing this one in R1, so I have changed that one to R6, and we also get the index value at where we have exactly found the key element. So I'm going to stop the debug session. So this was it for this video. If you watched till here, please share and subscribe to my channel to support me. If you have any doubts, leave the comments in the comment section. See you again in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.